Today, we are doing the very highly requested video on the program that we use to track prices and analyze our trades. That program is called Tradingview. Tradingview is an online web-based charting platform with lots of useful features. You can use it to track prices, analyze cryptos, stocks, forex, commodities, and many other tradable assets. So if you're new to trading and looking to get into technical analysis, this is definitely where you should start. Hey, what's up? Jay here, and welcome to Bitcoin Daily, bringing you guys the best tips, tutorials, and ideas to help you guys become profitable and successful traders. The goal of this channel is to empower you guys with the knowledge and resources to help you get to that next level. So if you guys are new here, consider subscribing and consider smashing that like button. Also, make sure to turn on that notification bell so that you're notified as soon as we post new videos every single day. Well, 5 times a week. So the first step to using Tradingview is, of course, signing up for an account. So because I have an account already, I'm just gonna go ahead and use an incognito window and then go to tradingview.com just so that I can see exactly what you guys see when you first arrive and land on this page. So this is going to be the welcome screen here. The first thing you're going to do is navigate to the top right and hit start free trial. Once you click on start free trial, you will see there's different plans depending on exactly what it is that you want to do. So I recommend just starting with the basic free plan, but if you're a more experienced trader and analysis, then you can go for the Pro Plus, or their premium. It's up to you. So for the purpose of this video, we're gonna go ahead and hit basic. To sign up, you can use your Google account, your Facebook, Twitter, Yahoo, Apple, or LinkedIn, or you can just click email. We're just gonna hit email to make it simple. Simply just come up with a username, email, and password, then agree to their terms, opt in or out for their marketing emails, confirm that you're not a robot, and hit create an account. Once you create an account, you'll probably land on something like this. Now it's gonna be different for you because it kind of already knows that I'm into crypto, and that's kind of what it's already showing me. But you're gonna see a market summary where you can look at the indices, currencies, futures, cryptos, bonds, etc., etc. There's a lot of different things that you're gonna see here, and a lot of this stuff here that you will see is going to be called basically trade ideas. Now, what are trade ideas in Tradingview? Tradingview doubles as a social network for traders. So you can follow other traders, join discussions, share charts, and get access to community-driven trading content. So you will see that I have a lot of things here on my watch list. It's called your watch list over here, and we'll get into that a little bit later on. For now, let's just jump into your first chart. So all you're gonna do is go here to the top where it says ticker and simply search the chart that you wanna open. So for me, I'm gonna go ahead and search BTC USD. And as you see, once you search what it is that you want, it's going to start guessing and bringing up, the charts that you wanna look for. So for Bitcoin, there's a lot of different charts. If you're searching the stock market, you can also just click on stocks. If you're looking for futures, you can click futures, forex, CFD, crypto, etc. So because I'm using crypto, I usually leave it on all, but because I'm using crypto, I'm gonna go ahead and hit crypto, and then I'm gonna pull up the chart that I wish to open. In this case, I'm going to hit the BTC USD from Bybit, because on Bybit is where I trade. So just hit the chart that you would like to open, and this is what should pop up. So this is going to tell you the immediate information that you need to know on this asset that you're looking at. So for example, on Bitcoin, it's pretty much flat on the day. It's down $99, and then you can see the previous, the open, the volume, the day's range, etc. You'll have a few different options here. For now, we're just going to focus on getting into the chart. So we're gonna go ahead and click where it says full featured chart. You will also have options to set up alerts and follow this chart if it is something that you would like to follow and add to your watch list. If you scroll down, there's gonna be a lot of different trade ideas, a lot of different symbols, and a whole lot of other stuff that we won't get into in this video. We just want to focus on getting to the chart. So just go ahead and hit where it says full featured chart. So you know when you look at these charts from other traders and they look kind of like this, and you just see lines everywhere and you're wondering what the am I looking at? Well, before you can get to this, first you have to start with this, right? So the first thing that I would recommend, and this is more of a personal preference, is making this, turning it into a dark color thing. So just for me, it's just easier in my eyes to see it like this than to see it like this. This white chart is just so hard on my eyes. I have to kind of like close my eyes a little bit because it's just so bright. So it's just easier on my eyes overall, especially when you're spending a lot of time staring at charts. I think it's going to be a lot easier on your eyes and less stressful on your eyes if you just look at the chart in the dark color theme. Next, make sure that your drawings panel is up. If you don't have it, you won't be able to see your tools, so make sure to turn that on. And that's pretty much it. Everything else you can play with and just, you know, find out on your own. So now on this left panel right here, this is going to be all your tools, basically your drawing tools, and you're going to have 15 different options from which to use. And if you notice any of them, if you press them on the arrow, you can bring out more options as well. So that's going to be very, very important for you guys to learn. You'll notice that most of these have arrows, so it has more options, and you can just kind of open them and see what they are. Everything's going to have a bunch of options, and you're going to want to basically play with most of this just so that you can get accustomed to it and learn what each tool can do for you in the trading chart. Next, let's look at the top toolbar up here. This is going to have a lot of functions that you're going to need to maneuver through your charts. The first thing that you see here is going to be symbol search. So this is when you're ready, or when you want to search for a new symbol, or you want to look for something new, you just click on there and you see that it's going to bring it up. So if I wanted to look for Apple, for example, I just type in Apple and I'm in all, so it's going to bring me up that chart as well. If I wanted to look for Ethereum, the same thing, it would bring me up in Ethereum. Now you see that it brings it in the Grayscale Ethereum Trust. So if I wanted to make sure that I'm looking at the crypto, then I would just hit crypto, and that's gonna bring me only crypto options. Next here, we're gonna have your time frame. So this is where you change the time frames. For you, it will probably look like this at first, where you just have to hit the arrow and select what time frame you would like to look at the chart on. What I suggest is choosing your favorite time frames and just hitting the star. As you can see, when you put it on the star, then it comes up basically as a shortcut here. And now it's a lot easier to go through the different time frames. As you can see here, I could just quickly swap between time frames, the ones that I like to look at the charts on. Next, you have this section right here where you can click it, and it's going to change how your chart looks depending how you want to see the times. So if you click this, you'll see how it changes it to the bars. If you click hollow candles, you see that it changes it to the hollow candles, etc., etc. So I use just the good old basic candles. I don't look at any I don't use any of the other those other things. This is what I've always used and what I will always use. Next is compare, where you can just basically compare this to anything else that you want. So if I wanted to compare Bitcoin to gold, for example, you would just type in gold and then select which gold chart you want to be added on. And now you can see the comparison between Bitcoin and gold. So you can see gold is basically minus like 8% here, minus 7%, minus 8%. And Bitcoin is up about 141% against it. Where it says indicators, if you click that, this is exactly where you go to look at the indicators. So you can see anything from, you know, built-in indicators that was built in by Tradingview, to the public library, where they also build, where people can create their own custom indicators. I don't really use too much of these custom indicators. I mostly stick to really basic ones that I've used, you know, basically for years at this point, and I feel comfortable with. So I already have them set up as my favorites, as you can see there, but you can use any indicator you want. So for example, if you wanted to look up the RSI, you just hit RSI, which is the relative strength index, and you just, to add it to your chart, you just simply click on it. And voila, it gets added to your chart. Once it's added on your chart, you can also go to the settings if you want to mess around with any of the settings on the indicator. And if you want to hide it, you can also hide it here. Just click on it and hit that hide button, and boom, it is now hidden, or it is now back. And if you just simply want to delete it off of your chart, you just hit that and it gets deleted. So this section here is financials, and this is more for stocks. So obviously I'm in Bitcoin, which doesn't have fundamental metrics like stock market. So it's not gonna show up here, but this is something you could definitely play around as well if you're looking at stocks. These are for template, as it says it in the name. You will see that TradingView comes with a few different default templates, and you can also create your own templates and save them. This is how you can set up alerts. So all you have to do is just kind of click on that, select your condition, in this instance, the price of Bitcoin. I will put crossing. So if you hit that though, you can put crossing, crossing up, crossing down, greater than, less than, entering channel, exiting channel, and all these other options. So I'm gonna say crossing up. Actually, I'm gonna do crossing down, and then we're gonna hit here and put value. And then we're gonna say that we wanna be notified if the price of Bitcoin crosses down $55,000. And we just want this to tell us once. You can either put an expiration time on it or leave it open-ended. As you see, I have to upgrade to a different plan in order to use that. So we'll just leave today's date as the expiration time. And then you can set it up to notify you on the app, to show a pop-up, to send you an email. And then just simply put the alert name here. So I say crossing down 55K. And hit create. Now this is a cool thing about this. You can have this, you can download and log into the TradingView app. And once that alert, once that happens, it's going to alert you directly to your phone. That's why you want to have both. And this is how you set alerts to know what the Bitcoin price is doing. And the last thing is the bar replay. So this simply, you just kind of put this bar wherever it is that you want, and then you just hit play, and it's going to play from that section that you placed it at. Now, I've never really used that, but in the case you want to see a replay of exactly what happened, you can use that. Here is the undo and redo buttons. The next thing here is you can select the layout that you would like to use. So if I wanted to see this, for example, on two different charts next to each other, I could do that. Then I could change one chart to the daily time frame and keep the other one on the 4-hour time frame. So now I'm looking at Bitcoin, the same exact thing. I'm looking at the same exact prices, but one chart is in the daily time frame while the other chart is in the 4-hour time frame. So that helps with if you want to look at, for example, the higher time frames here. So if I want to be looking at the higher time frames, and then also on this one I want to be looking at the daily, and then it gives me a better idea of what I'm looking at. So I don't want to make a decision based on this one dump when the prices have been rocketing like this, right? Then here's where you can select your custom layouts, and you can load layouts and just have a blast here with you can save your layout, you can make a copy, you can load, you can make a new chart layout. So a bunch of different options there that you can play around with. Then of course you have your chart properties up here. This is how you set up the appearance of your chart, the different colors that you would like to use, so you can get creative with this and just have fun with it, and set it up so that's unique and your own. You don't have to have the same exact color scheme as everyone else. Then of course we have full screen mode here. We have the snapshot if you just want to take a snapshot of your current chart and you want to save it to share it, or you want to tweet it. And then if you want to share your ideas with the trade community, you can publish it and people will be able to see it on the trade ideas section, and anyone that goes to your profile. Alrighty guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. If you are, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you guys are new here, make sure to smash that like button as well, as that helps out our video and our channel overall with the YouTube algorithm. As you know, it's so difficult to get through. And if you have any questions so far, make sure to drop it in the comments. We're always happy to answer your questions. So let's jump into the next section. All right, so next we have our right toolbar here. So as you know, there's a toolbar basically on every side. On the right one, this is where you're gonna find your watch list. And this is one of the more important things that you're gonna wanna do and wanna set up here in the beginning. As you can see, I have a crypto watch list, I have a futures watch list, and I have a stocks watch list. So to create a new watch list is pretty easy. You just hit here, you create a new list, and you name your watch list. So I'm gonna just put watch list, hit save, and then once you have that set up, then you're going to go ahead and hit add symbol. And then now here you can add any symbol that you like. So for example, you just hit this plus button on the symbol that you want. Say if I wanted to add that one, let's say that I wanted to also add in the Apple ink, and if I wanted to add Bitcoin domination. Then I exit that, and now you can see that I can switch between the charts here at any time. And this is why having a watch list is so important, because you can monitor them and track them here while working on a different chart, and also swap between them very, very quickly. So it's a very useful tool. If you continue down this toolbar, you'll see that you have a section where you could set up your alerts and track your alerts. You have a news tab here. You have a data window. You have a hot list. You have a calendar, so you can see all different sorts of stuff in the calendar. You can see the economic calendar as well. You can hit my ideas, and these are the ideas that you publish. You can see I don't really use this. My last idea was published in 2018, so it's been about 3 years since I used that, since I published an idea on here. You have the public chats, you know, that you can chat with people. I usually urge people to stay away from public chat, which is mostly just FUD and people shilling and giving you misinformation. You have your private chats. You have your ideas stream. So these are ideas that people are basically posting up. You have streams. I guess people are streaming or something. I don't know. I've never even clicked that. I didn't even know that existed till this very moment. You have your notifications tab. And another thing is you can connect your broker with Tradingview and make your trades via Tradingview. So I do not have my broker connected, but I may look into doing so and making another video on that. And that's pretty much it. The last thing here is the help center. So if you guys, you know, have any questions or anything, you can click on that. I've also never clicked on that, so I'm not sure, but that's something else that you can use there. All right, so the final part of Tradingview is this bottom part here. So starting from left to right, you can see this right here. This is basically whatever you click here is gonna show you that time frame. So if I wanna see year to date, I just hit this, boom, we have year to date. So the chart, the back of the chart starts January 1st and it goes all the way till today. If I want to see the past 1 year, I could click 1 year and it shows me everything that's happened in the last 12 months. And if I want to see 6 months, I hit 6 months and the same thing. Another thing that you can do here, you could click this if you want to go to a specific date. So that's another thing that you can do there. And if you go here, you can change your time zone. So make sure that you have this in the correct time zone. For me, it's the Eastern time zone, so I have it set at UTC 4. And then over here, instead of seeing in price, if you want to see in percentage, for example, if I wanted to go to year to date and I wanted to know year to date, what has Bitcoin done year to date, I could hit percentage and it shows me that Bitcoin is currently up 88% year to date. So if I wanted to see what has Bitcoin done in the last 12 months, I could hit 1 year now with the percentage on, and it's going to show me that Bitcoin is up basically at 1000% in the last 12 months. And the final part here is this bottom part here. I don't know if you're gonna have it open or not. By default mine's I keep it closed, but this is basically this is the only thing that I've used really, which is the stock screener. So you can set up a lot of different things here and screen for stocks depending on, you know, what criteria you set there. If you hit the arrow button, then you could also set it up the Forex screener or the crypto screener. So you can mess around with this and basically, you know, find a lot of different things happening in the market depending on what criteria you set. It's pretty straightforward. Here you have text notes if you want to enter any notes for anything. Then you have the Pine editor if you want to make any edits or create some sort of strategy. This is where you would do it. This is where you write the script. I have no knowledge in that, so I've never used that. You have the strategy tester, so you can test out different strategies based on indicators and strategies there. And then you have your trading panel. I imagine that if you connect to your broker, this is how you can basically manage your trades and stuff like that. Like I said, I haven't connected. I've never connected my broker, so I don't have too much experience with this. So for now, we're just gonna hide that because we don't need it here. And let's look at the chart. So now looking at the chart, basically on the top left-hand corner is where you're gonna see what you're looking at. Here, you're gonna see different numbers here, right? So the O is for open, H is for high, L is for low, C is for the close, and then this is what it's doing, what it's done during that candle, right? So if we're looking at this candle here, you can see all those numbers for that, and if I change it, you see that those numbers change as well. So over every candle that I go over, those numbers are always going to change because those numbers are specific for the candle that we're looking at. Here, if you have any tools here, this is where you're going to be able to go to their settings or remove them or hide them. So you see how volume right now is there. I could just hide that volume if I don't want it there, or I could simply, you know, go to the settings and mess with those settings, change the colors, or just simply remove it. I could also add alerts or indicators, strategy, or whatever it is that I want here. As you guys can see, just play around with all these. Now, when it comes to navigating the chart itself, you can literally just grab the chart if you want to move left to right. Another thing you can do down here, you will see that you have a zoom out and zoom in button. So you can hit those to zoom in or to zoom out. You could also hit that, like if you're zoomed in and you want to scroll to the left, you can hit this to scroll left, or you can hit it to scroll right. Or you can simply hit this right here to reset the chart overall. You also notice if you just go to the bottom right here that this turns into these little arrows, and you can grab this and zoom in. So this is another way to zoom in to the chart. And for example, if I try to move this up and down, I can't move it up and down. I can only move it side to side. But if you go to the right side here and you see that now it turns into another arrow, you can move this up and down. And for some reason, once I do that, now I can move the chart side to side and I can move it up and down. So that's usually what I do. I'll just come in, I'll move it, and then I'll move the chart around like this. So I usually zoom in using this bottom part right here, and then I'll just grab the chart and put it wherever I want. If I want to make these bigger, then I'll you know, make that bigger or smaller. Whatever it is that I'm trying to do with the chart. So let's add some indicators. Basically, the ones that I like to use mostly is the relative index, which is the RSI. This is a good indicator to keep an eye on. You can see when it's overbought or oversold. Another indicator that I like to use is volume, which is already here. And another indicator that I like to use as well is moving averages. So if you add on the moving average, you can just click it and then you can input how many, you know, what moving average you want to use. So for example, I like to use sometimes 8 days or 21-day moving averages. Other popular moving averages are going to be 50-day moving average. And what a lot of people like to do is they add 50-day and 200-day moving averages on their charts, and that can give you a good idea of the overall trend. So when I'm looking at a chart, the first thing that I'm usually doing is identifying support and resistance zones. So to do that, you just simply go right here, just hit this arrow and hit horizontal line. Now I'm gonna simply try to identify those support and resistance zones here. So let's say this is a support zone right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw that line there. Let's say this right here is a resistance zone, so I'm gonna draw that there. There was a bounce here as well, so I'm gonna go ahead and draw a support there. And of course, this was the all-time high up here, so I'm gonna go ahead and draw a resistance there. So you could change the colors on all these. You can make them, you know, whatever colors you want. You could also edit how wide or how big or small they are as well. And if you want to change the style, you can do that here as well. If you're looking to draw trend lines, then you just click on where it says trend line, and it's very simple to use here. I usually turn on my magnet right here to use the trend lines, and then I click right there, boom, and I run this, you know, and try to just make it work there where I see it fit, right? Then I'll draw one for, let's say, the bottom here, boom, and now I have more or less an idea of the channel of different supports, different resistance levels. I have a channel here where you can see that the price has kind of been bouncing within as it's gone up. I have a moving average here. This is a 50-day moving average. I have the RSI as well. And then this is where you start getting to analysis, where you start trying to look for a confluence between, you know, a lot of different things, different patterns, different support and resistance zones, whether it's ascending, descending, static, whether the support is a moving average, whether it's, you know, there's a lot of different things, and you start trying to piece the puzzle together. Anyone that's watched a lot of my videos also knows that I love using the Fibonacci retracement tool. So the way to use that is just come on right over here, hit this arrow and go down to where it says Fib retracement. Boom, turn that on. And then in order to use the Fibonacci retracement, you usually want to start at the bottom of a move. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start this move right there and run that up to the top of this this all-time high. Boom, that is now set, and now I have my Fibonacci zone in there as well. So now I could zoom into the chart, and another thing what I like to do as well with a lot of these drawing tools is to lock them. So if you just click on that, you see right here you have the option to lock. Boom, hit lock. Now when you're scrolling, when I'm moving through really fast, sometimes I'll click on this by mistake, but you know, if I don't have it locked and I click on this, it's gonna move the entire Fibonacci zone out the way, and then I have to start all over. So if I lock it, it will not move, so I don't have to worry about it. And now here I can see pretty much where that was, and I can see where there's a possibility for a bounce here, right? And that is pretty much it, guys. I think I've gone over the most basic things to do in TradingView, starting from setting up an account and running through all the way to getting into charts, setting up support and resistance zones, setting up trend lines, setting up a channel, setting up some indicators, some volume, RSI, a moving average, and also using a Fibonacci retracement tool. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to smash the like button for me as well. Let's get this video to over 100 likes. If you see this video a year from now, then smash the like as well, and let's get it to 1,000 likes. If you guys have any questions regarding anything that we went over in this video, make sure to drop it in the comment section and we will be more than happy to answer it. I know that when you first get started with TradingViews, you probably have a whole lot of questions. My advice is to just play around with a lot of this, and that's basically how I learned, just playing around, and eventually you'll start getting the hang of it with time and experience. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you guys on the next one. As always, peace and love.